Hey guys, so I've been obsessed with watching story times lately. So I want to tell a story, just a couple of annoying things about the apartment that I'm currently living in. Maybe I should watch what I say because I'm still living here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the people that work for the apartment, but it don't matter. So just the first couple of things that I don't like, and I don't know, just a couple of things I don't like. So the first thing that bothered me about this place was when I got the internship and I found that I was coming all the way 15 hours away from home to a place I've never been to, never even heard of. I was like, poop. So I got in contact with people that were current interns at the time. So this was in April. There was 2 girls and a guy, and the one guy and the one girl lived in this apartment complex. And they're like, it's really nice. They were talking about how much their rent was. They're like, yeah, we like it here. You should live here. So I was like, all right, cool. Sounds good to me. I looked into it and I reached out to people right away. I found out who I was gonna live with. Me and the one girl, we lived together. And the other girl, we're up front with her too, but she just lives in a different place by herself. So when looking for apartments, this place looked so nice. They had pictures of the inside and the outside of their apartments. I'm like, oh my God, they're so nice. They look like luxury. This is amazing. This looks really, really nice. I was loving it. So they had pictures of the apartments, and then they had different layouts. So they had the apartments come in 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom. And it was a 1 bedroom A, B, C, 2 bedroom A, B, C, 3 bedroom A, B, C. It's just different layouts for the different amount of bedroom apartments. So, cause some of them have sunrooms, and it's just different layouts for the different bedrooms and stuff, for the different apartments have different amounts of bedrooms, stuff like that. So that's all they had was the pictures of the nice apartments and then the layouts on their website, and that's really it. So, we chose our layout and we settled everything, blah, blah, blah. Months later, this is my first video that I made, my trip to Georgia, that vlog. That's when we first got here. So pulling in, I'm like, wow, this place, it looks really nice. There's palm trees, it looks really nice. I'm and the leasing office is beautiful. I'm this is great. So, we signed the lease, we do everything we had to do in the leasing office. And then they're my mom, we were kind of okay, so where's the apartment? They're oh, go to the stop sign and make a left. Well, there's 4 different stop signs outside the leasing office, and we weren't sure where to go. So we're driving all over this apartment complex, and we can't find my apartment number anywhere. My apartment number is in the hundreds, and a lot of the apartments we're looking at, they were all in the thousands. So it was apartment 2008 through whatever, and mine was in the hundreds. So we're okay, obviously we're nowhere near where my apartment is. So we're driving all over this place, and we're dude, we cannot find my apartment. So we started from the beginning. We turn all the way back around and basically come in the way that we did, just turning in. And then they're okay, we're here at the stop sign again. Let's make a left. We make a left, and it's we went into a completely different apartment complex. These apartments they're not nice. That's the thing, they're not nice, but it looked like a completely different apartment complex. It looked completely different. And it was never said that oh, okay, well, if you're going to pay this layout with this amount of money, it's going to look like this. They only had the pictures of the super duper nice apartments. That's the thing. It was kind of false advertising because they only had the pictures of the super duper nice apartments. That's all you could see was the pictures of that. And then it had the layouts of the different bedrooms and different layouts. So it made you think, oh, well, of course it's going to look like that, but just kind of a different layout. And no. I guess for whatever, we got the 3 bedroom something, unfurnished, so it was a lot less money. And it's just crazy because we turned in and we were it looks like a completely different place. It was luxury, beautiful, and then you turn in and it's oh. And the place, this place is nice. This is nothing, this is nicer than what I lived in at school all 4 years. So, excuse me, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it was kind of false advertising. They didn't say, well, if you choose this, these apartments are a little older. I think these apartments are older. They were built in the 70s, so they're not as new and they're not as nice, but I mean, they're not nice. And it's a nice place and I like it. But yeah, that was just kind of like false advertising, and that like bothered us a little bit. That like really bothered my mom. She was like, that's like, she felt like lied to, and it is. It's kind of weird that they have no pictures of this at all, only like the super nice apartments. But it was just crazy because we turned in here and it was like a completely different place. We were like, what the heck? But then we saw like my apartment number and we were like, oh, I guess this is it. Like, we were just shocked. Like, it was crazy, but whatever. That's just one thing. The other thing is that I hear like a lot of noises. Like, and I was like, the first couple weekends, my roommate went home because she's from a lot closer to here. She's only from like 3 hours away. So she would go home. So I'd be kind of alone. I'd be up late, you know, whatever. And I'll be up, it's like 2 a.m. and I'm hearing like, and I'm like, is that, you hear noises. And I'm like, is that in my apartment? Like, is somebody here? Or is that the other apartments? Like, you can't tell. I guess by where my bedroom is, like, I can't tell whether it's outside in the parking lot because my bedroom window faces the parking lot. But I look out and I'm like, I don't see anything. And like this one night last weekend, it sounded like people were like moving furniture around or like lifting like and there's no garage doors right here, so it's not a thing. Like lifting up and down a garage door, just like slamming it. Or we have sliding glass doors. So I was like, crap, that might be a sliding glass door. And we have sliding glass doors in this place, like back by our living room. And it's like slam, open, slam, open. I'm like, dude, it's 2 a.m. Like, who is doing that? Like, it's so annoying and so weird. So, I mean, obviously I have no idea still. So I just kind of locked my door. But that night I was like dead serious, like ready to call the cops. Like, I was this close to calling the cops. And I was like, no, just wait it out, see what happens. So just lock your door so you're safe. Like, I locked my bedroom door just to be safe. But I'm like, dude, like, why are people out and about? Like, what are all these noises? Like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, I was like, I don't like this at all. I really hate this. So that's just another thing that I really don't like. And maybe it's because I'm alone, but it's not like I'm going crazy. Like, I actually do hear these things. So I'm like, oh, but yeah, that was like, that night I really was about to call the cop because it was like slamming doors, shut, open. And I was like, no, like I was ready to call the cops. I was a little scared, but it's so tight. So there's a little gym here and it's in like its own little like house kind of thing. So it's its own little building itself, but it's very, very small. And it's like, and that's not great. I went there for the first like week I was here, went there for a couple of days and it was like, I was like, yes, I could gym to myself, but like, it was like sucky, like the equipment sucked and like, it was kind of like back in like a more woodsy area because it just kind of gets more woodsy a little bit as you go back at this place. And there's like actually like a little dog park right next to it. It's really cool, really cool. But yeah, so I'm in that gym and I like to watch a lot of like murder mystery stuff. Like I love that kind of stuff and it's kind of weird that I like it, but I just am so interested in it. And you would think, and maybe it's because I was in there listening to that stuff, but like I'd be in there by myself. I don't know what it was, but I had the most uneasy feeling while I was in that gym. I hated being there. I was like, I tried to get over it. I tried to like not think about it, but I was like, I feel so weird in here. Like it was so creepy in there. I was like, oh, like I'm just like, I feel uneasy. I was like, I hate this feeling. I was like, I do not like it in here at all. This is awful. I hate it. So that was one other thing. Like their gym might be haunted. I don't even know. I just like feel weird in there. I'm like, ooh, I don't like this at all. Like, ooh. Like no. So yeah, so that's the first couple of things. First, I feel like we were a little bit lied to about what it was going to look like. Then I hear noises late at night sometimes. And then also the gym is really creepy. And this last situation, this is more of like where the story time comes in. It's not that big of a deal. But it was kind of like really annoying. It could have been worse, but you'll see. One day I came home and I noticed there's a lot of flies in our apartment. Like, and I told my roommate, she was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, it's disgusting. Like, I literally hate it. I can't stand it. And then I noticed the next time, like, there's like more flies in here. I don't get it. Like, there's a lot more flies in here. So, I kind of like, I guess the next day or like maybe that day, I went outside and this is the main problem was there's a long window in our kitchen. And that was where the main issue was. I was like, there's a lot of flies and like, I could hear them and I was just seeing them fly around. I was like, ew, this is our kitchen. We cook here, our food's here. Like, ew, like I don't like that at all. Excuse me. So, oh, excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Yeah, so the main problem was the window in our kitchen. And I So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna, and from the front door, you can see the other side of the window from the front of the apartment. So I was like, all right, I'll go out and I'll look and I'll see. When I tell you, when I looked at the other side of the window, I kid you not, like 25 flies. Like 25 flies. And like, it wasn't like outside our apartment. That was like in our apartment. It was between the screen and then there's blinds. So they were like in our apartment technically, but it was covered by the blinds, and some of them just couldn't, and they just couldn't kind of get out from the blinds. Some of them figured it out and some of them didn't. Like 25, 30 flies were on the window. I was like, that is disgusting. I was pissed. I was like, ew, like, ugh, like this is disgusting. Like, no. So it was later on. I'm looking at this because I'm trying to look at a calendar. So this was like 2 weeks ago. Okay, so it was later on. The leasing office closes at 6, and it was probably around like 5:45. It was or like maybe like 5:40, 5:30, 5:40, something like that. It was kind of right before they closed. And there's a couple other things we need to fix in our apartment. Like this is actually kind of another thing. First of all, I told them, like, when I first moved in, there was no lights in my my ceiling fan, and also in the kitchen we have another ceiling fan, and there's no light bulbs in here. And then in the downstairs in the kitchen, there was no light bulbs in there either. We let them know that the first day that we moved in. They're like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, we do that. Like, we will take care of the light bulbs. First we came here, we went home, and then I came back and I moved in. And when I came back, like, they never took care of the light bulbs. So they said they would, and they never took care of it. But I was like, whatever. Of course, I bought some. And then I was going to change the other one in the kitchen, but it was like this obscure small little light bulb. I was like, well, I can't replace it. So we didn't have a kitchen light. We only had, like, sometimes you have like a light like right over your sink. Like, that's the only thing that worked. So we didn't have like the ceiling fan above, didn't have any light bulb in it, even though they said they would do it. Anyway, so that's kind of another thing, but that's besides the point. So here's what I'm getting at. Back to the story. There's 30 freaking flies in the kitchen window, and there must be something wrong with the screen that they're getting in. So like I said, there was a couple other things wrong. There was a screen in the kitchen that was making all the flies come in. Also, there was no light bulb in the kitchen ceiling fan. And we had already lived here for like 3 weeks, and we still didn't have it. And it was like getting annoying. So I was like, all right, I'll say that too. And then also in my bathroom, the little turny things that you use the water from, they were like coming off the wall, and they weren't broken, but I was like, I don't want anything to happen to it. Like, I don't want it to stop working. It's my shower. So they were coming off the wall. So I was like, all right, we'll go over there. We'll let them know everything and it'll be fine. So that was, I think it was actually the Tuesday. Was it the Wednesday? Okay, it's either Tuesday or Wednesday, but I think it was Tuesday, because here's what happened. So we went over, it had to have been the Tuesday. I think it was the Tuesday, okay. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so we went over there, and like I said, the leasing office was going to close soon, and the office manager was there. We'll call her Lisa. Lisa is the apartment manager or whatever. She like heads the leasing office. She was there. Like, we walked in, me and my roommate, and we were like, hey, like, just let them know. I was like, yeah, there's a couple things wrong in our apartment. I was telling her, you know, the light needed to be fixed, and then in my bathroom. And then the last thing, I was like, and then we're having like really bad fly problems. I was like, I think it's in the kitchen window. I think there's something wrong. Like, we have a lot of flies, and like, it's really gross, and we're like really hating it. And she was like, okay, well, no one's gonna be able to go over there tonight. We'll send them there tomorrow, because the only guy that's here, he gets off in about 10 minutes and he won't go over. And I was like, okay, whatever, I understand that, that's fine. And she was like, yeah, well, anyway, like, the lifespan of a fly is like 3 days, so it's really nothing to worry about. Like, who cares? Like, it'll live for 3 days, and like, it's not a big deal. She's like, if you want to go to the dollar store right down the street, you can get some like fly traps or like some fly spray, whatever, but like, they really only live for 3 days. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, who cares? And I was like, okay, like, whatever, like, not really, but like, she like didn't even care. I was like, this is gross. Like, this is our kitchen. We eat there, we cook there, and there's legit like 30 flies. Like, how would you feel if there was 30 flies in your apartment? It's disgusting. I hate it. And she's like, yeah, but they live for 3 days anyway. So I was like, okay, like what? Like, whatever. So yeah, so I'm like, all right, well, I'm sure somebody will be there tomorrow. Get through the day, I get home, and my roommate was like, yeah, nobody came. And I was like, what? Like, that's so ridiculous that nobody came. So I was like, it was too late to do anything then, so they didn't come. Then the next day at around, I was at my internship at the hospital, I was at lunch, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call and see if anybody went there or whatever. So I call, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll see if we can get somebody out there. I called at like 1 o'clock, and I'm like, nobody was still there yet today? Like, what the heck? So I actually have a paper here. This is the paper that they left when they actually came. So I have some proof. So it says that the date that the work order was scheduled was for Thursday, October 5th. When really I had I can't remember if it was the day before. I feel like it was that Tuesday, but I don't know now. So really it was like a day, no, it had to have been a Tuesday. It had to have been. So really I was over there October 3rd. And I asked, could they fix it? And the lady was like, sure, I'll get them out there tomorrow. So it says here that the date that the work order was scheduled was the 5th. So 2 days later, when 2 days before I had asked Lisa, the manager, to schedule it. So I guess she never did, and thank God, and then nobody came the next day, and thank God the day after that I called, because then they scheduled the work order. See, work order number, whatever, date of the call, and that's the time, and then the date scheduled. When really I had gone there a couple days earlier and tried to do it. So they finally put the call in then. Nobody still came on Thursday. Friday comes. Nobody comes on Friday. I call again. They say, well, they don't work over the weekend. I'm like, great. So we're going to continue to have flies in our apartment. They were going everywhere. And, oh my God, I saw, there was one in my room, I tried to get it out, I tried to get it out for like 20 minutes. There was actually one in my room just like 2 days ago, I think, and I was like, bleh. There was one in my bathroom, there was like 3 in my bathroom that wouldn't leave. So I got a plastic bag. I have like my toothbrush, my tongue scrubber, and like my razor on this suction cup thing on the mirror of my bathroom. And I put a plastic bag over it because I'm like, you're not gonna sit on my toothbrush, flies, like you nasties. They were just all over the house. They were everywhere. And like I'd be cleaning up, and there'd be like 4 dead flies on the floor, or we'd find like 4 on the wall here. There's 4 upstairs. There's 1 in your room. Like, oh my God, it was gross. I hated it. I could not stand it. And you know, I'm a vegan. I like to be nice to bugs. I don't want to kill them, but it's gross. Every time they sit, they poop, right? So it's gross. Like, I don't want any flies near my stuff, near me when I'm trying to sleep with my mouth open or something, or around my food when I'm trying to eat and I'm trying to cook. It's disgusting. I was so mad and annoyed. And like, oh yeah, well, they don't come over the weekend, so somebody will be there Monday. Someone does end up coming Monday the 9th. And that's where this paper was left. It's the 9th, right? Monday the 9th, someone finally did come. I called to make sure somebody would come that day on Monday, and they said, yep. They're going to be there today. Like, sorry, there was like a lot of air conditioning outages and they were busy. I'm like, okay. Here's the thing though. On this paper here, and I will show it to you. So I originally asked on October 4th, I believe. They ended up coming, or even if I asked the 5th, they came 4 to 5 days later to fix this problem. When I said that our apartment is like swarmed with flies and it's disgusting. They came 4 to 5 days later. They don't work on the weekends, granted. But they didn't think it was important to, you know, they just didn't send people, just didn't send them. They said that there's, you know, whatever. I don't know if people actually had, I don't know. Like, but like, thank God I was calling, because like, if I didn't pester them, like, would they have ever even have come? Like, I don't even know. She's like, yeah, like, sorry that it's late. Like, excuse me. And at this point, I was talking to another lady that works in the office, not the apartment manager. But she's like, yeah, there was like some people were out of air conditioning and stuff, which I get it. It's hot here. But I just am like, if I didn't pester you guys, would you ever even came because you were late in the first place? I don't know. Maybe I'm being dramatic. I'm not trying to, but it was very annoying. Especially because the apartment manager said, oh, well, flies up for 3 days anyway. Actually, some of them are like still living, and like, They live longer than 3 days, okay? They do. And if there's 30 of them, they definitely live longer than 3 days because there's gonna be 18 in here all the time. Like, it was annoying. But I had the paper here, and it said, and you know, like, there was 3 things that had to be fixed. Just replace the bulb, fix my little turny things in my shower, and then, I guess, fix the screen in the kitchen window. It says that the technician was here Monday, October 9th. Do you know how long it said they were here? It said time. 11:20 to 11:29. So it took them 9 minutes to fix what we had to fix, but it took them 4 to 5 days to get, like, it took them 9 minutes to fix what I asked. But it took them days just to come here. I don't know. I guess they didn't know it took them that, it wouldn't have taken them that long. I don't know. It was all really annoying though. It was very annoying. I wasn't happy about it. And I'll show you the proof here. Yeah, you can see that. 11:20 to 11:29. Really? So I was annoyed. But it got fixed. There's still a couple flies in here, but whatever. I've been finding them and all of them are dead. Things are better. Everything's fixed. But don't let people take advantage of you, because I'm always too nice, so I could have been rude to them, but I was nice. But yeah, don't let people take advantage of you. If you gotta pester people, pester them, call them, so you get done what you need to get done. You pay rent here, okay? So yeah, those are some of my annoying apartment things. It's like I said, it's not bad here. People that work here aren't not nice people. They are. I'm not trying to bash this place. This apartment is very nice. I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to live here. I'm happy to be here. But just that kind of annoyed me, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. And if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. But you don't have to, because I know I'm not that fun. So thanks for watching and see you later. Bye.